group. Like we have the blacks, the whites, the Hispanics, and all of that. But like down there, it's like not mainly African Americans, but like most of them are. Like out here, it's like hard for us to get jobs, but like out there is jobs, and like most people who like stay down there either work or like live in the relative's house or the grandpa's.
Could each of y'all please tell me about a story that impacted you? So, Francisco, if you don't mind starting.
Well, a story that really impacted me was the story of Emmett Till. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but he was this small kid who came from, I think, Chicago to visit his family in the South. And well, he and his cousins went to a store, which was run by a white family, but mostly people of color went there because they work in the farms and everything, and it was the closest there. And well, when he was inside, he whistled at the woman, like, yeah. And well,
Was this a white woman that he whistled to?
yeah. And well, they took it like, I don't know how they took it, but his cousins of Emmett Till told him to hurry up because they knew it was bad to do that in the South. So they went and went home, and that night, the husband of that white woman and I think some other guy went to Emmett Till's house, took him, and well, like a few months later, he was found in the river, and yeah.
Was this in the Mississippi River?
Yeah,
Or?
the Mississippi River. Like that night, with his bandmate, his cousin, like he said that night, like they're asleep, and then two white men at the door saying, "Where's this boy at?" And they knew he was talking about Emmett Till because, like, they knew what they did, but the father knew nothing about it. And it was like the boys are in the back, so they bust in the house, and they take Emmett, and then like Emmett Till, like I'm guessing he knows what's gonna happen, so he just leaves with like no expression, no screaming or nothing. And the relatives, the older ones, are going, "I'll do anything if you let him go." And then so Emmett just went with him, and like the way they described the body was like they like tortured him, shot a gun through his head, put like a rope, like the rope that you use like to cattle something, that was castrated around his neck. And his mom said he had nice teeth, so like when they opened his mouth, like he only had like two teeth in his, like two of them in his mouth. And the way they recognized him was because of the ring he wore with his initials. That's the only way they could like know who he was. His body was beat that bad.
Matute, how could you imagine a place where you're surrounded by all this hatred? What feeling does that give you? I mean, you just told me what is the. How would you feel if you were in Emmett Till's place?
If I was in his place, I mean, or one of his family members, I would try to do something against the white people because they were responsible for killing Emmett Till. So that would be the first reaction. But like Dr. King said, the violence is not the answer. It's not the right thing to do.
Like if I was to be around in that day, like how Dr. King and John Lewis said violence was not the answer. Like
Yeah.
it would have been hard for me not to use violence because like I'm the kind of person like if I get mad, I want to do something about it like right there, right now. But like their whole motive was like non-violence, and like people were beat just for having like non-violent marches or like singing like church songs about freedom. And so like if I was to be around in those days, it'd be hard for me not to like fight back, like physically.
Yeah. But you understand like where these people are coming from, and like
Yeah.
why they think the way they do, right? And
Yeah,
causes
the way they fought back with like they fought back mentally. Like they knew like if they were to use violence, that would like give them a bad name. Like, oh, look at them, they're using violence. They really don't care. They just want to get back at us.
I mean, that's I guess one of the best parts where they kind of demonstrated how words were stronger than violence. But I mean, I feel like the best part of this was the reflection. The reflection, I mean, by that, like, what is it that you take back home? So I would like each one to tell me what is it that you take back home.
I'd
Well,
say, oh, go ahead.
one thing I definitely gonna apply when I'm applying after I came back from